the sad news out of Hollywood today. Jennifer Lopez has announced that she is filed for divorce from her husband.
Boy, what have you started this year?
Well, they weren't even married a year. That's the funny thing about this. I think they were only married 10 months. She has filed for divorce. She turned 32 on Wednesday. She married her dancer, choreographer, Chris Judd. They were living apart. I love this. They've been living apart for some time.
They've been married 10 months.
They were married in September, but they've been living apart for some time. She filed the divorce papers in L.A. Superior Court, citing irreconcilable differences. Lopez and Judd met while working on a music video, were married a few months after the breakup of the singer's romance with rap impresario Sean P. Diddy Puff Poofy Combs. It was Lopez's second marriage. Her first, to Ohani Noah, ended in 1998, also in divorce, not in homicide. Having been through a divorce, I never want to go through another one. I don't know who would.
Well, tragedy plus time, and it's too fresh right now. The wound is still open. But give yourself a few more years.
And I'd want to go through another one?
Mm-hmm. It'll be easier because there'll be nothing to divide up, see? This is the best time to go through it when you have zero.
The thing is, I don't know how these people go through these serial marriages. Now, my understanding is that the settlement here was that she paid him $1 million in cash, agreed to help him with his career.
But he can't do any tell-all book.
Well, what's he going to tell about? She opened up a restaurant in Los Angeles. I saw my daughter and I were watching something on some cable channel about how she opened up this restaurant, and they hired some decorator from Shabby Chic, which I think is one of those, it's on E or TLC or HGTV, one of those. And they hired this woman to do it. This is how you do it on the cheap. You hire her to make a television show about decorating your restaurant, then you don't have to pay her to decorate your restaurant.
Very smart.
So she opens up a restaurant in Hollywood. She announces that she's not going to be in L.A. after the opening night of the restaurant. She's going to leave for the rest of the year. Her business takes her around the world.
I think I remember hearing something about this where her ex-husband...
Which one?
Well, the first one...
Ohani Noah?
Was the guy running the restaurant, and her current husband didn't really dig that too much.
Well, he's got nothing to say now. He's out.
Right. He's on the X-File, too. But I thought I heard that. And, these Hollywood types, they're all nuts.
How do they go through this over and over and over again? That's the part I don't get.
Well, this is minor compared to some of the others, the 6, 7, and 8 divorces that we've talked about over the years.
And how does it happen so fast? My divorce took 16 years or something to complete. I mean, it go on forever. But she got married and divorced, and, it's all done.
Well, it's official today, or she just filed
today? Well, they filed, and they've apparently, her publicist also released a statement saying that all outstanding issues between the two have been reconciled, and they've come up with a settlement. And then
it's a nice little parting gift, $1 million.
Well, that's...
For less than a year of marriage?
Although that doesn't seem like a lot. Doesn't seem like he kind of... you married her for a year. I mean, that's like a pretty good gig. You married Jennifer Lopez for a year. You put up with a few flying ashtrays, but you do at least get a wedding night, and then you get $1 million. Goodbye. Then she leaves. She opens a restaurant. She's never heard from again, and she gives you $1 million and agrees to help you with your career.
Isn't fair, is it, Ro?
No, it isn't. I think
after what you went through, just isn't fair. You want to recount?
I think that's a good way to go. This guy can now rest on his laurels with Madonna's ex-husband or whatever the hell he was, the sperm donor.
That's all he was.
They were never married, right?
No.
He can rest comfortably with him. It's a funny thing that goes on here. Why do they fall in love with their dancers, too?
Because it's convenient.
They found the one dancer who's straight?
They don't have time or the energy to go out and hang out with anybody. And here's a guy who's dancing right behind her. Hey, he looks good. Let's get married. It's like Julia Roberts with this husband of hers. Let's keep the clock running on that one.
Oh. I don't give it a year.
Scratch his eyes out, right?
No, I don't give it a year. Do you give it a year? I don't give it a year.
No, I don't.
That's never going to last.
What's today? I don't give it the weekend. It's already gone on long enough.
Right. Her Lyle Lovett marriage lasted what? 4 hours? 5 hours?
Pretty much.
Before they actually had a trial separation? And they do this in Hollywood. This is what they do.
Ro, it's just Sodom and Gomorrah from the North Coast to the South Coast.
Do you know who else? I did notice this. I was watching. This is how absolutely pathetic I am. I watched a little bit of the Michael Douglas golf tournament last weekend. After the British Open on Sunday, they had fake golf on. They had real golf, and then there was a celebrity tournament. The Michael Douglas Sexaholics Anonymous or whatever it is golf tournament. And he sits on a director's chair, and everybody comes up and bows to him and then hits a tee shot. And that's the entire television thing. But his wife, that Catherine Zeta-Jones, she took up golf just to learn it so that, she could be with him. That's, by the way, a very smart move on her part. Because when he goes, honey, I'm going to the golf course, she can go, I'll go with you. Good move on her part.
Well, he had a problem. And we learned yesterday that it's a legitimate problem.
Oh, yeah,
if you are
absolutely.
a sex addict, it's legit.
That marriage seems almost real to me. That thing could go 2 or 3 years. That might actually last a little bit until the next new hot one comes along.
But guys like that, if they decide, hey, I'm going to go through 3 or 4 marriages, you're lopping off a big chunk of change every time. So I don't know how you do it cost-wise.
Well, prenuptial agreements. I'm sure that's what they... I mean, that must be... You might be able to get those. Actually, they buy laptops now in Los Angeles. They sell the prenuptial agreements already on the laptop. You just press a button and it comes right out.
Right out.
Yeah, the software's right there. Just fill in your name and then it does it. I would imagine that's how they do it.
Well, they claim there wasn't one. There was a report that she would get $5 million for every year that she was married to him or
That's
something like that.
That's a prenuptial agreement.
Yeah, I know, but that was written, but they denied it.
There was also one that she got X amount of dollars if he cheated on her. There was a cheater's clause.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, but they denied it. Here's Don. Don, you're on the blower.
Hello.
Yes, Don.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good.
This is Don Matlin. I'm Marley's dad.
Marley Matlin, who is a famous actress. This is her father.
Well,
she
whatever.
is on West Wing.
Yeah, whatever. But
Is she going to get $1 million an episode?
No, not quite.
All right.
But she had a baby last week.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But what I'm calling for is my wife went with her Sunday to that Paramount, had a 90th birthday, Paramount Studios.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to go, but she went, and she said, without a doubt, that Catherine Zeta-Jones is the most gorgeous woman that she ever saw in her entire life. She said she was absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, but you know what? She gets one wrinkle, and Douglas will be going after some 22-year-old. You know that's going to happen.
No, that's what I said, basically. She said, no, this one, my wife's been around a little bit, and she said, no, this is a superstar, an absolute gorgeous woman.
Well, then the other problem could happen. She could eclipse him in terms of her fame, and then he'll get really out of his mind. Although he's very rich, right? He's produced movies.
Right. He's done extremely well. I don't know if that's a worry.
Yeah.
So she's a goddess when you see her in person.
If you like that type.
If you like that kind of goddess stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like
Personally,
astoundingly beautiful women. Yeah, I guess that would be all right.
Yeah. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Personally, I like a little facial hair on my divas. Okay.
And my Hollywood starlets.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Come on. By the way, Mick Jagger, 59 today.
One more year. Will he retire
year
at 65? Does he
One
get
more
what
what?
happens? Should we put him on a Smucker's jar, Willard? What was that all about? 59 years young
Because
today.
I did that. Come on, we don't want to fight. Well, there's another guy. I guess he really plays into what you're saying. This guy doesn't marry them. He just gets them pregnant and ends up writing a big check every time.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't learn either.
That's why it's $300 a ticket. Because you're paying off that broad in Brazil who's got the
It's
kid.
the paternity tour.
Yeah. The deal also in California is it's a community property state. And men are evil in California. If you're a guy, it's a terrible state in which to get divorced because they'll take everything. The opposing counsel will make sure that you walk out with nothing but your underwear on. Because, first of all the community is divided in half. And then which, may or may not be fair, depending on how you want to look at it. And then, generally, men, they have, like, alimony that lasts forever. It's a hard state if you're a big Hollywood star. And then you do this, like you said, you do this 2 or 3 times, and you're literally working for 5 cents on the dollar when you go out to do a movie.
Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton. Shocker. Total shocker when we heard that one was going south.
That's what you like your Hollywood starlets to look like, right? Billy Bob Thornton? That's what you prefer. Pockmarked with a lot of facial hair. think she's gorgeous.